We will get to the Europe situation later on in the season, and maybe the Bayern game will steer this conversation because it may be one of the biggest problems at the club right now. I don't know if we all agree, like, we're all really happy and then a European game comes around and we just collapse, or we go back to the Barca of the last 6 years in a row that we become the same team again. That's Hansi Flick's big challenge.
Yeah. That is interesting. Okay. Put a pin in that question because I think you're right about that. Let's get to the Bayern match, have that conversation. I think that'll be important because that really is. I mean, hate to say it, but Bayern have kind of been our daddies over these last few years. Yeah. So we gotta outgrow that. We gotta shake off those results, and we gotta show that we're the big boys now. We're the ones taking control.
Just want to say that we can beat Bayern. By the way, I think people are scared of Bayern, but you have to look at it coach to coach as well. I always love it when there's a coach matchup like this.
Vincent Kompany?
Yeah, Vincent Kompany versus Hansi Flick. There's a massive gulf there in experience, eh? Like, watch out because, Flick can out-coach Kompany. Kompany surprised me so far at Bayern, but they lost away to Aston Villa. I knew they wouldn't win there. And that, I think, it'll be a different Bayern is what I'm trying to say. But look, Barca have their own demons to fight off in Europe. Equally, we could get hammered 3-0 and then we just go, we've just done it again, lads. We've just done it again. Like, we can't go over this hunch, but I'm saying in current form, Barca can beat Bayern.
I'm excited. Yeah. I'm very excited for the matches coming up after this international break. I know we talked about it. Sevilla, Bayern, Real Madrid. I'm so excited for that week. I think I'm not going to be able to sleep. I'm probably going to have to call off work. I can't do anything. I'm not going to be productive. I'm just thinking about these matches.
Mad.
Let's do this. I'm super excited.
Any other talking points from the recent matches for Barca?
The goalkeeper.
Yes, thank you, Pablo. That's right. We put a pin in that. What are your thoughts? What are you thinking? What are you feeling right now?
I have to be careful.
Is Inaki Peña looking over his shoulder, feeling worried? I have to be
careful what I say, but I mean, I think we know who I think we know who the number one is going to be for Barcelona this season. That's what I'm going to say. I think we know who the number one is going to be for Barcelona this season. I think we really do. We really do. Inaki Peña is playing with no confidence again. He had his chance last season in 3 or 4 months with Ter Stegen out. I don't think he convinced in those months. And I think he knows that Szczesny's going to start. That performance today, for me, was of a goalkeeper who knows he's not got the confidence of the coaching staff and of the manager and of his teammates. If your goalkeeper gets injured, you just play your second goalkeeper. You don't sign one. That's what any other club would do. Mm-hmm. For me, that's a bit of a message of the club going, we don't trust our second goalkeeper, that we'd rather get someone who's retired in goal. If you have a good second goalkeeper, you just play him. Like, I think that's the same for you go through any other club in Europe, and if this happens, I think they just play their second goalkeeper. They don't sign someone. I don't know. I don't know when he'll come in. If it's Sevilla, I think if Flick wants him ready for Bayern and Real Madrid, Szczesny, I think he starts him against Sevilla. I am so intrigued to see who starts against Sevilla in goal. That will be the position I've got my eyes on, because whoever starts in goal against Sevilla is starting in the next two, because he won't play Inaki Peña against Sevilla and then have Szczesny's first game against Bayern.
Yeah, no, that would be a disaster. I think.
I'm very intrigued.
Yeah.
I was going to say the same thing. I was going to say that I think Szczesny needs to come in for Sevilla because Flick doesn't trust me as a manager. He doesn't give me the vibe that he's a manager that, I'm just going to make these substitutions like out of nowhere. He needs preparation. He needs to already put stuff working. Like the lineups that we saw in the preseason with the double pivots was what Barcelona started with, Bernat and Casado. That's something he tried like plenty of times before actually giving it a go. So I think that Szczesny would need to play against Sevilla for that to be a chance. But I agree. I think that Inaki Peña in this game, like the goal that Alaves scored that was disallowed, he could have done better there. Like he could have done better. I know the bounce was a little bit off, but he could have done better. And I'm just, I don't know. Like Pablo is saying, like it's hard seeing you be substituted like in that sense. And I mean, other clubs have done it, like Real Madrid with Kepa, but the gap between Lunin and Courtois is not as big as the gap from Ter Stegen and Inaki Peña. Like, that's way different. Like that's completely different. So people shouldn't be really that surprised.
And also,
that Inaki Peña, this might be his last.
And Buga, they ended up playing Lunin.
Exactly. Yeah.
and rightly so.
It's what stands out to me is that Inaki Peña's best match that I've seen him play was against Barcelona when he was loaned out to Galatasaray. Like, he came in determined. He came in focused. I remember being like, wow, this is awesome. We've got a solid backup keeper and a replacement for when Ter Stegen hangs up his boots. And then he came back to Barcelona and just regressed. You know, everything that you guys said, the confidence isn't there. The decision making, it's not steady. It doesn't feel steady with him between the posts.
No.
Szczesny's coming. The Szczesny train. Has anybody come up with a nickname for him? I keep seeing people on Twitter saying, I'm not going to keep typing in Szczesny.
Apparently from what I hear from the people in the club is that the nickname they call him at the training is Tech.
Tech?
So he's referred to by his teammates on training and by anyone around him as Tech.
Interesting. Is that derivative of something? Like, where does that come from? Is that like just
I don't know, but he said it on like a video as well when someone like interviewed him, and he said it on the video.
Tech, like TECH or TEK?
Good, great question. We'll have to find. We'll find out.
Maybe like from World Check,
yeah,
and then chess like check
Tech. World Check Tech. Okay, I'll take it.
Friend of the
between the posts.
Big friend of the ball.
I mean,
I'll take it.
people say Szczesny like super difficult to type, bro. Like, come on, grow up.
It's not. It's SZCZ Esny.
Yeah,
easy
like,
peasy.
What the hell? Yeah. Why don't people go like, whoa, like, oh my god, it's so difficult? Like, come on, it's not Blaszczykowski. That's a hard name.
We could do, since we're doing ranking stuff every week, we could do like the most difficult names to pronounce.
Bro, there was a guy I saw the other day. There was a guy that used to play in the Premier League that had like 3 names. That was from like, I don't know if you remember. His name was like Van Halsen Hunsen Wurstrand, and his name that was like this on the shirt.
Yeah, you have to do the arc on the